Hello and welcome back to inZOI. Today we are building again. After we've had a quick look into the wonderful gameplay, we are going to build today. And I'm not going to start with the time lapse. You will see enough of this in the later part of this video, but I wanted to take the time to actually give you a bit of a glimpse of how to build in real time, because people have commented and reached out to me that this was maybe a little bit hard to get in my speed build video, which I totally get. So here we are. We're going to take the first couple minutes of this video to go through the basics of building, and afterwards you're going to see the speed build of my house for our character of Tefiti. So let's do this. You can see on the left hand side we are having a wonderful menu that gives us access to a couple of things. There are wonderful prefabs you could just kind of plop down, but I'm not going to install this whole thing. We also have rooms that you can actually put down, which is kind of nice. You know, plopping this down will give you the entire room already, but you know, if you don't like it, you can just Control Z it and off it goes, you know. What's also kind of nice is I do believe you can actually rotate it. Yeah, there you go. You can rotate the whole thing, which is super nice, and you can then build the room wherever you want, which is kind of cool. So this way you can easily click together a house. You know, sometimes you have a little overlap, but you know, that doesn't really matter. So you can do whatever you want, which I think is pretty cool. Not sure how it does remove the window over there, so you would need to, you know, kind of find a different connection of the rooms. Whatever. So they obviously don't work together, but this way you can obviously pretty quickly build something together. You go one level higher. You can even have another room and overlap this slightly, which is so fun to just do real quick and then, you know, do your stuff. So if you want an easy, quick way to do this, it's pretty easy, and you can obviously save all these prefabs and share that with other people in the later stages of the game. You can see even like a tiny room like this. Let's just have a quick look. It's so nice, you know. You got a very organized little room for cleaning stuff and so on and so forth. Very nice. I just really do like that. Anyways, what we were gonna do is we're building a wonderful house on our own. So this is where the second area, the structure, comes into play. You can already tell that furniture is the next one. Then you have inventory. If you have certain items in your inventory that you've saved previously, you can take them, which is also very helpful if you want to kind of get stuff in your inventory. You can just basically plop down a bed, for example, say yes, and then put that to your inventory. There you have it. So you can basically create your favorites, if you will, because clicking that down will let you then also copy this one easily from over here, and you don't need to search this thing everywhere, which honestly is a little bit of an advantage I have found while building. But anyways, so down here you can have some walls, and there are some very nice differences between the two wall types. Just for you, I mean, you can't play it right now. I still do want to explain so you know what's happening on screen once I'm building a little quicker. Now you can just easily drag a wall like this, so no surprises over here. As of now, you can only do in 45 degrees, at least. This is what I think it is. Yeah, at the moment it is. There will hopefully come some changes because some other houses in here are definitely built differently. So if you look around on other lots, you can well, actually I don't think they are over here, but there were some other houses that had some roundish walls and so on, so that is working. But you can then change certain elements. You can change the wall type to a semi-high wall, which is the lower level over here, and then once you go into editing this one, you can just seamlessly raise and lower the wall, which is pretty cool, because that way you can even make like half walls, like bars and stuff like that, if you fancy doing so. And these walls over here, you can't change the height, as you can see. There's just an option to change it by clicking the entire height, and this will always change the entire house. At first I thought that was a kind of weird thing to do, but then I found this is a very good idea to do, because it will influence the whole level of your building, which doesn't destroy anything. And honestly, that's very helpful, because if it would only change this one wall, you would create all these weird openings, and if you forget a wall, that's kind of odd. So yeah, this is what you can do with the walls. Nothing too surprising over here. What I do like though is once you click a wall down like this and you put a door in, what you can expect is pretty simple. You then also, let's just quickly put a window in just so you see it. Let's plop that window in here. So there you go. It's also all very fluent, easy to do. You can then start adjusting the wall by just dragging this forward and back, and you can see once you delete something it turns red, once you add something it turns blue, and then this way you can change it. And as soon as you hit a area that will influence another object, it turns yellow. That'll tell you it's gonna delete the wall if you do that. What I do also like is if you click on the wall on the door now, you can change its direction by simply rotating it. just like that, simple as that. And you can also do the same with the window, but the cool bit about the window is you can also move it seamlessly on the wall, which is kind of nice. If you deselect the magnetic stuff over here, you can also do this, as you can see, completely without any snapping. This is what you have over here. So that's kind of something I really do like. And then obviously you can also rotate the window. You know, the styling options I don't need to tell you completely, but basically you can style everything. You can change gloss, you can change material, you can even create your own texture via AI. If you just, for example, type in, I don't know, what kind of texture do we want? I don't know, let's say plastic bubbles. Not sure if that even works, but let's just do it and say create, and let's see if the generating AI texture does work right now. Usually it takes just a couple seconds and then the texture appears on screen. Let's see if that works right now. This may take some time. Yeah, it doesn't really, it depends, I think, on how well your internet is. I'm not sure if it's even using an internal one or internet, but yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. It's not even that bad. We can save it, and then you have it down here in the result, and then you can choose it, and there you can see your bubble texture. Let's put that on the wall real quick, on the door real quickly. Oops. Nope, door. There you go. And look at that. You have like a wonderful little, and what I do like is that it just kind of takes the shading of the door itself. You can reduce the gloss if you want to, and you can also reduce the reflection, but you can also increase the metallicness of it, and also change the pattern style, so that it has a little, oh my god, this actually doesn't even look that bad, to be honest. And then you can also mirror it and change the direction, blah blah, whatever you know, you can do whatever you want. You can see there are also some other textures I had over here. You can have some really good fun with it, you know, to create some rooms of your liking, and even take advantage of this great engine. Look at the metallicness, how reflective it is, and if you, for example, reduce that, it's kind of gone, and you can just increase the gloss again. So super simple, super cool. And also very fun to do in-game. You don't need to search for all the textures, but apparently if you need any texture and you have it, you can drag it in the games folder, and then you'll have it in here as well, so you can take a texture from the in-game folder. I do have some textures in here, so for example these Ivy ones I did actually download. So that one, for example, it's one of those I used for the clothing of Tefiti. So that is that. And yeah, so obviously this is what we are going to do with the build over here, and we're going to just simply delete that. And this is the whole lot we have as a thing to build, just to show you the size. I think this is the biggest one I found. So let's just see. There you go. And it goes all the way. Okay, I can't even go further than that, but this is all the way our lot goes. And then also from this side, and let's just do it all the way to the other side. There you go. It's quite sizable, to be honest. It's a really big lot. So yeah, so apparently this is how most of the building works. What I also found very interesting are the stairs. So it can be installed in a room. Okay, well, let's actually quickly draw a room. You can also draw rooms easily like that. So just like so, and then if you have the room, you can just drag the walls bigger. Can I also drag it? I think I can't. Okay, well, this is just like a room you plop down, and then you can basically edit the room like so. Whoops, I need to just first of all get rid of this one. There you go. Edit the room. Just gonna drag the wall. Oops, I didn't mean to do this, because you can just literally take the whole wall and move it over. So that's how this works. But honestly, I find it at this point it's easier to just drag the wall. So let's just create a big old room, just so it creates automatically a room. There you go. And put a stair in the middle. There you go. And then the cool bit about the stair is you can edit this on the fly. You know, I wanted to show you this as well, because it is kind of obvious that this is such a cool thing. So what you can do is you can then rotate every single bit of the stair. You can see this is the upper level I just changed. And now if I go to edit this again, I can also do the same over here. And oops, there you go. Nice like this. And then we do it a third time, because 3 is a charm. And you can see it now creates the other level. I'm not sure if this works even, or maybe in the other direction. Yeah, in the other direction, obviously it will work. So like so. And I'm sure, is there like another one we can do? Oh, it is. Look at this. Does this create more than those? Ah, interesting. And then you can obviously also rotate the whole bit if you want to. So there you can put it in any direction you want. Look at this. And This is how cool you can create these. It looks obviously very odd at this point in time. Also, I'm not sure, can I change something about the height here? No, it depends on how high the room is, obviously, how tall your staircase becomes. So that's kind of nice. And now you can obviously move the whole house, blah, blah, blah. But if we go on the upper level, you can see it, it creates this very odd opening. That is, I haven't found out how you can actually get rid, for example, of these little bips over here, because you can create the whole floor if you want to. So if you're on the, I don't know, if you go to the wall and put some walls in, it creates a ground, like a bottom part. Actually, we could just simply see if that works. If we like a half-inch wall, put that down here, and maybe here, and here. Okay, that would delete our stair. What about now? Okay, we can actually get some closer to it. It still doesn't delete these things. You know, I'll figure that out, but apparently this is super cool to do. And I mean, this is like a wonky little staircase, and I do believe, wait, let's just do that, because before I did rotate it, let's quickly see. Normally that should be a better opening now. Yeah, that is a lot more likable, a lot more realistic of an opening, and this is something you could easily work with. It would be nice though to be able to just cut that bit off here. Not sure if that just simply works by putting like an outside wall here, like so, and so, and so, and so. No, that doesn't work, but I can now remove. Oh wait, what did I just remove? Hold on, what did I remove? Oh, I did remove the upper layer, right? Yeah, so that is gone. And now I can't really click on this one, because this would be getting the whole floor. What about going down? Can I then have a look at this one? So let's go to the upper floor, and then let's see if I can do... Does this... I'm not even sure what it does delete. Okay, so no idea what exactly this does. I really want to figure out how this works. But other than that, you can see how nice this building tool already does seem to work. You can also enable or disable the grid over here. So yeah, a lot of things that are super cool and super nice to have. Also by... Wait, that's interesting. I deleted that wall and the room itself stayed. Wait a sec, is this still open? Ah, that is good to know. That's very good to know, because I have some ideas what to do, and this will let me create certain things, I do believe. Okay, well, let's find that out together in the speed build. I'll tell you more about my experience in the speed build, but for now, that should be my little showcase of the building tool. We're gonna talk about furniture as soon as it happens, but till this point in time, let's move into the speed build. Alright, first of all, we won't talk that much about furniture, okay? So here's the reason why. I had one big crash. I think that was the first crash I had in my entire gameplay since I have early access. That really frustrated me for a bit, but that was just on me because I forgot to autosave, or to save actually after 2 hours of gameplay, and for whatever reason the autosaves didn't really work at this time. Normally they always saved my little camel butt, but in this case they didn't. So we will talk a lot about building, and we will leave this house as is, because I want to do a little bit of a different challenge soon, and because so many people ask, we will check out the careers very soon, because people want to see all the careers. So that's the next bigger video we are making. But let's talk about building. Now, I did the first video in my beach house where I tried to do, you know, just a tiny thing, not really free, but more like with a little plan. And this time around I went free and I checked out what I can do. And there's one little bug I am finding a little annoying at this point, but this is the only thing that really annoys me. The rest is super crazy solid already. I mean, sure, we have to talk about round walls and all these kind of things. And when I was talking to Kyun, the dev of the game, he obviously already confirmed that this is just a fraction of what the full version will have, so there will be a lot more options for different types of walls and all these kind of things. So make sure to check out their Discord. They have opened that now for the public, as far as I know. They also have the info in there, and you can see always the updates, what they're planning on doing there. So that is very helpful, because they always have the newest and most reliable sources, obviously. However, I do think that the one issue I have over here, and this is with the floor, like as soon as you draw out a room, it creates logically an upper floor and a lower floor. So you don't see the upper floor over here because we are actually editing this one height level. So this works exactly like in The Sims, where you click the different levels up and down. So that's nice, but I gotta say that the upper level, I just want to get rid of it. You know, I want to have it open if I want to, and for whatever reason that just doesn't work. So as soon as you have a fully enclosed room, you will always have a fully enclosed roof. So that is just making backyards and so on a little bit more hard. But for this specific build, I was able to crack the code in a way, and just got rid of them wherever I needed them to be banished. And then again, you have the problem as soon as the roof is on top, you know, you can't put any other stuff on there anymore. But yeah, you can see editing the roof is super fluid and super nice. And I made kind of a little gable over here by using another one. And as always in this game, which I've already talked about, holding down shift will almost like enable a cheat code, if you will, because you can literally just put it in. Also here, I made a little mistake by not abusing the quality of life thing by just putting on the magnetic roster again, or the roster itself, and then if you click, you can rotate by 45 degrees. So that makes kind of roofs like that a lot more easy. But yeah, so the one big thing I'm missing is definitely round pieces, which I assume at this point how the system works is just a addition, I should say. It's not really impossible or anything, and you can already tell how this would work in this builder. What I found very helpful is that this is super solid. The one thing that I wish to have, there are two major things I would love to see in the future. The one thing is that there is no ability to raise objects higher or lower. So you obviously can, raise them or lower them when they are on the wall, so you can move them freely on the wall, which is obviously good. But you can't, take a rock and place this on top of another rock, for example, or you can't have a roof and just have the other roof be a little bit higher, just like steps. And I also said that already to the devs, and they will take that into consideration. So that is definitely something I would love to see, including lower platforms. Like I don't want to always go an entire level up by 3 meters. Sometimes you have houses that just have like a little platform that is like 50 centimeters higher, and then you've got like 2 steps leading up to a higher area, and then the lower area has like a higher ceiling, obviously, to make the room more spacious in the upper area. Like, in fact, almost every house I know has something like that in one or the other way. So that would be lovely to see. Other than that, and there's a huge skip forward, this game is already pretty sick when it comes to the building tools. The fences, how they work, how you can put in easily some, gates and work with the plants. And I would also wish to have some scaling options for the plants, not gonna lie. You do have growable plants, which I love that they're in-game, because we already have the gameplay as an element of caring for plants in a way, which is good to see. And just to confirm, a lot of these things are obviously in this build so that they can be tested. So there is no full gameplay with animals, as you've seen in my latest video. There are animals in the game just for testing reasons, how people work with them if they work in game, and then there will be a way bigger involvement in animals, but they just test them to be in game. So whenever you have a test version of the game, you want to use it in the best way possible for your own needs. And from a dev standpoint, you don't need 60 different types of plants with like a whole game plan behind this to understand if it's working or not. What you need is like a small fraction of it, like a couple of plants as we have in this build, and 1 or 2 interaction with them, because then does the system work, yes or no, and you can easily build upon that, which again is something that the dev did confirm to me, that a lot of these things are just a fraction of what will be the real thing. So I really love how open they were to talk about this, and a big thanks for them to inviting me over. That was just like so nice during Gamescom to be able to speak to them and hear the vision, and just give you also a bit of the feeling that they not only just create a game because it will be for a good audience, but they create a game that they deeply care about and they really have a passion for. And as you know, with my Planet games, how important that is to me, that devs have a certain passion and love for the game they're creating, because that mostly is a guarantee that they will listen to fans and communities, which for a game like that is super important. Now, you will notice that this is a bit different from what you're seeing in the thumbnail of the video. If you have paid attention to that one, you will now see that this is a bit different. So I started to really make my garden look nice, and wanted to do this before I go to the interior of the house. But as the big crash happened, I didn't want to spend another 2 hours making sure that the garden looks nice again. And then just repeat what I've already done, so that was a bit weird. And also with, this is a bit of the problem with these type of games. The longer you play, the more you get into the groove, and the quicker you get with building. And then I needed to stop because it was already late at night when I was recording that session, and so I didn't, the next day, getting slowly in, I did just not want to go there. But also it doesn't really add much more to the fact that, I'm testing out these things and see what we are capable of doing. And now building this little terrace over here was again something super nice to see how you can play around with these little tiles that you put on the ground, which are super lovely, but I wish to have like a half tile as well. There's no half tile, so that would be lovely to have a half tile. So now I needed to be a little bit more tricky, or it was a bit more tricky to get a nice pattern down, which honestly I wish to have made this a bit more nice. But yeah, well, at the end of the day, this is all I could do, and I'm quite happy with how this turned out, just with a couple of other things putting together. You can also create some pools or so, at least fake pools. You'll see that in a second. I'm gonna put down a fake pool I found in the assets. It looked quite nice. I wanted to take like a little sneaky screenshot of that one, make it a bit more glossy, and I could fake this into a little pool. But yeah, I wasn't fully able to do that, so because the game crashed. Hello. Well, taking away the little thumbnail clickbaity element. I'm just being honest here, okay? That was a bit of the plan, but hey, we're getting there in a second. I mean, it's all for testing, and I am very happy with the result of this house. It's meant to be the Tefiti villa, by the way. So just a very, very big villa with a lot of plants, and making sure that Tefiti has a good home to live in. But well, by the way, this is some bamboo, one of these growing plants, which I love to have. And then I put also some, I think it was tomato or so down. And then I found this piece over here, which looked oddly like a pool. So I put it down and put a couple of pieces around that make it believable that this could be a backyard pool area, whatnot. So putting down a little fence over here from single piece. You can see you can either drag the fences, or you can put them down individually, which I like, so you can be a bit more precise with those things. And in case you're wondering, I'm rotating all by 45 degrees, but as you can see with this towel over here, you have fully the control to put it anywhere you want. The only thing that is really tucked to the grid are the walls at this point, which I do hope gets a bit more granular in the final version. Even putting a slide in, by the way. I love these kid slides. We have also abused them as real teenagers to go into our pool we had at home. That was not always safety or safe to do, but whatever. Now, that's already the end of the video. I hope you found this interesting to see how you can use the building in a bit of a more free way and see what kind of villas you can build. But the next video will either be a little bit of a build challenge this time around, or focusing on the careers. It depends a little bit on what I have done earlier or quicker. But I will show off both of these things, so make sure to to subscribe to the channel if you want to know everything about inZOI, and also keep commenting, because I want to fulfill all your wishes. And specifically the careers are a deep wish of you guys. So many people have commented about this, so please let me know your wishes and things you want to see in this game. I will try to cover them as long as I have this demo available, which is just a few more days. So let's have a look what we can do. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I talk to you in the next one, I guess. And until then, the only thing you have to do is click that subscribe button and like the video if you actually found this helpful. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one.